Hey guys, today I'm doing my first ever YouTube video and it's going to be a review of Project Cars 3. Now normally I like games like Need for Speed, which are a little bit more arcade and you don't have to worry about slowing down for corners or braking as much. That's just me personally, but I decided to give this one a shot and so far I've been pleasantly surprised. It's been a pretty good and fun racing game. I've been playing it for the past couple of days now. The amount of cars that you get to choose from is really awesome. There are a ton of cars. And the best thing is, even if you had enough credits, you can't get them all to begin with because they're locked behind a driver level. So it's nice that you can't just destroy the competition right off the bat. I also like that if you get a car and say the E-license, you can take it with you all the way through the game just by upgrading it. So it's nice that you don't have to just leave behind a car you really like and let it languish in a driver's license level that you don't plan on going back to. I've also noticed that the handling of the different cars is pretty nice. You definitely notice a difference between an all-wheel drive car, a front-wheel drive car, a rear-wheel drive car. So they got that down very well. And it's nice that it's not just supposedly a different way it handles with a new car shell on top of it. There is a rivals mode in the game. I gave that a shot, and it wasn't too bad. It was fun for a little bit, but I don't think it's something I'm going to spend too much time on. I have not yet had a chance to play the multiplayer. That's something I'm going to try and change here in a little bit. Now on to some parts of the game I don't care for. So the first thing, it's the most noticeable, there are graphics issues in this game. There will be a race going on perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden there's just a bunch of white pixels everywhere on the screen. And sometimes it's kind of distracting and it'll affect how you drive. Now it shows up even more when the course is wet or raining. And I'm sure there's probably going to be an update or something down the road to fix it, but for now it's very annoying. Also, with the graphics issues, if you're running a championship race, after you win the first race, or at least get through the first race, when you start the next one, your car is red. For no discernible reason, it doesn't matter what color your car normally is, it will be red in the rest of the championship. Back to the rain a little bit. It seems to rain in this game all the time. Now, I understand in the real world, it can rain whenever. But in this game, it just seems to rain in just about every race you run. You'll be running through the first lap on a dry course. You get through it, you start the second lap, and then there's rain out of nowhere. Even if the forecast for the race said it was going to be dry or just overcast or whatever, there will be rain probably. They really need to dial back the frequency on this. It's just too much. There also is a lack of customization in the game. Now, yes, you can choose different colors, different rims, different tires. That stuff's kind of nice. But like I said earlier, I prefer Need for Speed games usually, so I'm used to being able to switch out the bumpers and the hood and fenders and all that good stuff. So it would be nice if you had that option. It doesn't affect the game at all, but I like having different looking cars so that not everybody's driving the same thing. It would also be nice if you could create your own custom liveries for the game. There are some already in there and you can choose from them, but there's no real custom ones for you to create. So again, that goes back to Need for Speed type games, and it would just be great if you had that option. There also needs to be more racing in this game. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, but Lee, it's a racing game. Of course there's racing. True. However, there are these things called hot laps and pace setters. They come up way too often during the course of the game, and I personally prefer to race against other cars and not just race against the clock. They can break things up and make things a little different occasionally, but I just wish there was few of them and more racing to actually do in the game. Also, with the hot laps and the pace setters, when you have an invalid lap time, it will not count. You'll fail. Which I understand to a point, but it would be nice if you just got another lap. So if you ran your lap and you hit a wall or something, then you just take another lap and see how you did that time. and just keep going until you could actually finish it with a clean lap. I don't know. It just seems repetitive to have to keep starting things over and over again if you just barely go off the track or don't handle a line correctly or something. It'd just be a nice little feature. It would also be nice if it popped up on the screen a bit bigger to say you have an invalid lap time versus just kind of appearing in the corner where you can barely see it. There are also a lot of options in the game for how you can customize how your car handles, which is great. But it would be nice if there was something that was a little less advanced, a different option you could turn on for people that don't know how things are supposed to affect the handling of your car, to make it a little bit more accessible to people, as this seems to be like an arcadey sim versus like a full-on sim game. I also know that I touched on that progression takes some time, but it would be nice if you could earn more credits a lot easier than you can right now. Early in the game, it seems like you have to sell a car so you could buy another car to do the race challenges or to move up a license. Even though you can take, like, I've been using the Skyline since the E license, and I've moved it all the way up into B license now. Also, the races that have the rolling starts in them, they seem to take a while for some reason. You start the race, and then you watch your car drive on the track for 30 seconds before you actually get control of it. I understand what a rolling start is. It would be nice if they started you a little closer to the finish line so you didn't have to watch the car for 30 seconds ahead of time. And finally, when you're finished with the race, it should return you to the race select screen for the career you're doing right now versus returning you to the race start screen. Because if you're like me at all, you're not thinking about it, you're not paying attention, and you accidentally start the race you just finished, and you don't need to continue on because you're done with it. So that's my review today of Project Cars 3. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you could hit like and subscribe down below, that would be great. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos from me. Down the line, I may even do a few streams of Project Cars, Need for Speed, whatever. Tell me what you'd like to see. All right, take it easy, guys. Later.